Next year is projected to be the largest tax refund season ever. And we're going to be giving back refunds out of the tariffs because we've taken in literally trillions of dollars. And we're going to be giving a nice dividend to the people, in addition to reducing debt. We, as you know, I inherited a lot of debt, but it's peanuts compared to the kind of numbers we're talking about. So we're going to be making a dividend to the people. And additionally, we're going to be able to reduce debt. And as time goes by over the next 2, 3, 4 years, those numbers are going to go up. And I believe that at some point in the not too distant future, you won't even have income tax to pay because the money we're taking in is so great, it's so enormous that you're not going to have income tax to pay. Whether you get rid of it or just keep it around for fun or have it really low, much lower than it is now, but you won't be paying income tax.
Woo!
I promise if he gets rid of income tax, he's the best president of my lifetime.
He already is, brother. Who regrets their vote? He already is.
If he gets rid of income tax, his legacy will be undeniable.
The tariffs. The tariffs.
Oh, he's hurting our allies, bro. I don't understand why people are against that. You think other countries should get over on us when we buy their stuff? You think that other countries should be able to get over on us just because we're a powerful nation? If we're a powerful nation, we need to be winning in everything.
America is a business, so we got a businessman to run it. Do you think Kamala would have done this? No. Do you think Kamala would have eliminated the tax like that?
No.
Come on, bruh.
Kamala and Tim Walz let the Somalis fraud $1 billion.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Come on, bro.
Wow, bro. I thought I would never actually hear that.
Me either.
That's huge news. It's huge. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see it come to fruition.
I'm very happy that I voted for Donald Trump. He is my favorite president.
You know what?
No meat riding.
The hat is over there. I should grab it. But look, man.
Let me switch. Oh, you talking about the MAGA?
Yeah, I got it.
Grab that. Trump is my president, damn it.
For news like this, you gotta grab the hat, bro. Like
this one's the signed one. Show him.
Is it the signed one? Yeah, it is.
He signed it.
Yeah,
Trump himself signed that when we
Trump
met him
in person, y'all.
He took the hat off Solo's head. He signed it. He put it back on, and he shook my hand.
Man, I just can't believe this, guys. I mean, the government has just been effing up. No, well, we're young. They've been effing the older people forever. I mean, they've been effing everybody. Actually, probably since they started income tax. He said 1913?
13, yeah.
Bro, that's just insane, guys. Like, that is money people work for. And you're giving it to the government for them to give it to the Somalians.
Yeah, illegals and
LGBTQ.
Yeah.
Bro.
And LGBTQ in other countries.
Nah, bro. Democrats, bro, y'all.
Let me get that.
Nah, bro.
Can I have some?
Nah.
Give us some
to
of your
make
money.
people gay.
Oh, God. I mean, hey, man.
This is crazy stuff.
Wow.
Guys, we've learned a lot about just the government and how they get over on people and finances and taxes and the stock market from our good friend named Ross Givens, who was he was the vice president of investing at JP Morgan Chase. He's a brilliant guy, really down to earth dude from Alabama. You know, he's our friend at this point. We rock with him. And he has a free training event coming up this Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern, where he's going to explain a little bit on how to make sure the government does not F you with these insider trades and things like that.
Guys, we have to follow the Richmond, north of Richmond. If we can't beat them, we got to join them. And we have a way to do that in this free webinar, guys. So check this video out. Here's our guy, Ross Givens.
Okay, so Ross, did you see that video of Trump saying that they're going to eliminate income taxes? Is that real? Is he going to be able to do that truly?
Well, it'd be great if he did. And you know, people think that sounds crazy, but it's only because our normal is used to taxes. You know, in the United States, there was no income tax until 1913. So the first couple hundred years of this country's existence, it was completely subsidized by tariffs, like Trump is putting in. There's a new short, a miniseries on Netflix called Death by Lightning. It's really good. It's about President James Garfield. But like the biggest heavy hitter, like the political heavyweight, was the tax collector at the New York port. They said 80% of the federal revenue comes through that port. And, you know, for a lot of people, they'd rather have it that way, right? Do you want to lose 20, 30, 40% of your paycheck? Or do you want to say, give me all my paycheck, I'll pay more for a television or eggs or whatever? It essentially moves the taxation to being taxed on your spending versus being taxed on your earning. And that makes a heck of a lot more sense, right? I mean, if you speed on the interstate, they penalize you. They give you a ticket to discourage you from speeding. If you rob a bank, you go to jail to discourage you from robbing more banks. When they tax you for working and producing, what they're doing is penalizing you for being a productive member of society. And that's where the whole welfare state comes from. So it would absolutely make a lot more sense to do it that way. And yes, it would totally work. Now, whether you can get it done, I don't know, but it's not a new idea, and it would be great for the economy, great for everybody.
Okay. And so how do you think that Congress will feel about this? Because, you know, they have a lot of loopholes and things that they do. Will they be in favor of this, or will they not like this?
They won't like it because, well, the Democrats, for one thing, their favorite argument is they deserve to pay their fair share. The rich people are screwing you, right? Even though the top 1% pay half the income taxes. And maybe they should. I'm not arguing that. But, you know, they love the class warfare. That's why the Democrats love to keep racism alive and want you and me to think we think totally different, which we don't. So I think they'd rather have it because they're going to pitch it as, oh, you're giving a tax break to the rich people, whatever. But either way, they'll come out ahead on this, and it would be very, very good for everybody, from the lowest earners to the highest earners, if we eliminated it altogether.
Yeah, okay. You cannot tell me that everybody won't be for this. Everybody
should be. I'll tell you who won't be for it. The people who won't be for it are the socialist crowd now, because it's the party of jealousy. Is all it is, right? It's not. Listen, take Amazon, for example, right? Jeff Bezos is worth $100 billion because of it. But you, me, and everyone else can pick up our phone, order anything we want to show up in our house in 48 hours for the lowest price available. Our lives are all better for it. But they see Jeff Bezos and go, he doesn't deserve to have all that. Sure, I like all the things I've gotten from it, but that's going to be their argument for it. And there's going to be a group of people, just the usual sour, angry folks who don't want. I mean, it doesn't matter how much money they make. It's the fact that someone else makes more than them that they have a problem with, even though this would make their lives and everyone else's better. And the rich, if you think about it, you hear the arguments. Buffett only pays a couple percent. Bezos doesn't pay any taxes. If they're not paying them anyway, you might as well let the rest of us not pay them. I
agree. Yeah. So it basically means like we're winning from the tariffs, and like everyone on the left was totally against the tariffs at first, talking about how we're like betraying our allies, but now we're winning.
Yeah, the problem with the tariffs now is that we have both, right? We should have one or the other. Either tax my income or tax the things I buy. But when you put a tax on the goods coming in, a sales tax when I purchase them, on the dollars I have left after you've already taxed those, that's the problem. So listen, you can triple tariffs if you take away the income tax. We'll all still be better off. Now, but either way, prices are going to continue to go up, right? And so the money, as long as they're taxing, we have this massive deficit. They're going to keep printing. The printing causes prices to go up, and so we all need more money than we did last year, and 5 years ago, and 10 years ago. Which is why I do what I do, which is trading the stock market and investing and trying to grow our money at 20, 30, 40% a year sometimes. But listen, if they remove the income tax, it would free up a ton of money for people that could invest in themselves, that could invest in the market or real estate or gold or whatever the heck or just buy more crap if they want to. But it gives you the choice, right? You make $80,000 a year, you're not left with 60, you're left with the full 80. If you want to spend less, you can save and invest a lot more. That's what they should do. But
wow,
the government is not always on our side.
That might be the best thing I've heard from this whole time in this administration. Like, that is crazy.
Oh yeah.
That's just like the government's been effing us the whole time. And that right there would make America great again, actually. Like, I go rocking the hat fully everywhere. No taxes.
We don't need to look too far, right? I mean, listen, like I mentioned the stock market, like we all know these members of Congress are insider trading. I mean, you got Nancy Pelosi, who's made $200 million. Well, they say she makes 60, 70% a year trading stocks from her cell phone. Like, give me a break. But they have an advantage. And what they do is they buy companies or stock in companies that are going to benefit from some piece of legislation. So like when they pass some bill that gives billions of dollars to these companies, they go buy the stock up the week before they pass it, and it shoots up and they make a bunch of money. When one of their donors works at a company, it's about to get bought out, and they wink, wink, nudge, nudge them, and they that's why Congress slaughters. I mean, there's a dozen members of Congress that beat every hedge fund in the world last year. It's just not possible. So, the only silver line to this, of course, and you guys know what I do, is we track these trades, and I don't think people realize that. And you can kind of profit from this corruption. So, when a member of Congress or a corporate insider, when CEOs and CFOs, when they're buying stocks, they have to report it publicly. We can see this stuff. We can follow along, buy the same stocks. And we've been doing this for 8 years. We beat the market every single year. Not because I'm any brilliant guy, but because I know these scumbags are going to use the information they've got. I know they're going to cheat. So, all right, Pelosi's buying this little nothing stock. I'm going to follow along. Well, what do you know? A member of the Congressional Committee on Defense Spending is suddenly buying this little German arms manufacturer. They're probably about to get a bunch of money, so I'm going to follow along. So if people are interested in doing that, we are having one of those training events coming up this week. I think y'all usually put a link below the video, but click that. It's an hour long. It's free. It's online. We show people how to find this information, how to follow the trades, how to piggyback. It's really easy stuff. People just don't know it's available to them. But man, I mean, imagine if you didn't have a tax bill every year, how much more you'd have.
Oh man,
Yeah.
this is
You think
definitely
the market's hot
huge.
now.
Yeah.
You think Bitcoin's up now. You wait till
Oh,
everybody
wow.
gets another 20% in their pocket.
Yeah, so
Oh,
do you
yeah.
think this could be a very pivotal time to invest? Because a lot of with this new bill that they're passing, do you think it could be like a lot of people are going to start dumping in the market?
Yeah, we're already seeing that anyway, right? And so what makes stock go up is a couple of things. One is, of course, what we think of, like rising growth in the economy, profits, revenue from the big companies. But the other thing is like interest rate cuts. When rates go down, stocks tend to go up because everybody that was owning bonds or had the money in money markets earning 3, 4, 5%. Now they're getting 2 or 3. They're going, the hell with that. Give me some stocks. And that pushes the market up. You also have inflation, which is above average, and it sucks because it raises the price of groceries and rent and cars, but it also raises the price of stocks. On top of that, we have 3 to 4% GDP growth, which is huge. I mean, the economy's booming. Like Trump or hate him, he's good for the economy. And then, to top all that off, we've got this once-in-a-generation technological advancement in the form of AI, the efficiencies and things. I mean, just like what you guys do, I guarantee you're using some kind of AI tools to cut your video editing time in half. And so it's opening up productivity. So it's a great time to be in the market. And listen, if he starts cutting, here's what I think is really going to happen. I don't think it's going to go overnight, taxes go to zero, but it's going to go from 15, 20, 25, 28 brackets. They're going to all go down to 5 and 10 and 12 and 15. That's going to get praised across the board. And then if those tariff revenues continue to generate enough money or they continue to raise them, I think most people will be on board of saying, look, if I don't have to pay any income tax, I'm fine paying another $1 for a dozen of eggs, right? And so, yeah, the prices of luxury goods, right? Well, that's up to you. You want to tax the millionaires and the billionaires? If that's who you want to get rid of the income tax. Put that tax on the imports or raise the sales tax. They're the ones out there spending all the money. They're the ones buying all this stuff. I guarantee you they contribute more to the government with no income tax and higher tariffs than they do the other way around. But listen, they know this stuff first. The politicians know before us. The insiders know before us. That's why I follow them for stock picks. It's like, if you've got this little pharmaceutical company and 4, 5, 6, 7 members of the board and a VP and a CFO and all these guys are suddenly buying hundreds of thousands of dollars worth right before some drug trial, it's like, probably got something good coming. We follow along and that thing takes off and you make a bundle. So, listen, whether you got $1,000 to invest, whether you got $1 million to invest, I encourage everyone to participate in the market. That's my soapbox. I'm always on, but especially right now. So click that link. Join us for the webinar. I'll show you what I think is the easiest strategy to do this. Follow the insiders. See when the CEO is buying. See when Pelosi in Congress is buying, and just follow along. And like I said, we've beat the market for 8 years straight. So it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. I'm not saying you're going to win 100% of the time, but we've won pretty consistently doing it.
Right. Okay. So I have a question. So during the COVID and all that time, did you guys see any insider trades that happened from these elites and see like, okay, this pharmaceutical company is about to drop this vaccine or something along those lines?
That just happened with Eli Lilly. Like when Trump announced it, man, it went like up 100 points, bro, like 100%, like that quick.
There's been a couple of companies. So the government took a stake in Intel. The thing rammed up higher. It took a stake in one of those rare earth companies. It doubled in like a month. And, there's people that know this stuff. And if he told me, guess what I would have been doing? Yeah. I'd have been buying a stock hand over fist, right? And so, yeah, COVID, absolutely. And they cut both ways, dude. Like, COVID happened. It really got nuts, and they told us how bad it was. They shut down the economy in like February and March of 2020. The stock market just tanked. I mean, like never before. And it turns out a month before, several dozen members of Congress sold all their stocks. They dumped everything because they got briefed on this stuff before it went into effect. And then when things got dirt cheap, dude, we had our biggest year in 2020 we made 377% on our stock trades that year because everything got hammered. And then these insiders know the best. They're piling in at the lows. We're buying them up cheap, and they're just soaring. Like we got a little oil stock at $3.50 a share. It was at $19 a share.
Wow.
I'm sorry, $69 a share 2 years later.
Wow.
Because oil gets hammered when they shut down the economy. They think these producers are going to slash. They're going to, their profits slashed. Turns out they'd hedged all their production. They know, and you're just following the money. If you want to know when it's a good time to buy Amazon stock, look when Jeff Bezos and the CFO and the board of directors when all they're buying, right? If they're all selling, it's probably a bad time to buy. You want to know when it's a good time to get in and out of certain areas of the market? Watch Congress. They know if they're about to penalize a certain area. They know if they're going to approve NVIDIA's sale of these chips to China. If they do, the stock's going to surge again. If they don't, it's probably going to come down a bit. They know they're going to fire up the money printer. It's going to push gold up. And these are, some of them are absolute morons, but a lot of them are pretty smart people. And so, you just follow those, buy the same stocks they are. You'd be surprised what you can do.
Wow. So, for example, that one you gave with the COVID, if someone would have came to the free training during that time, they could have learned how to do that and followed that trade.
Yeah, well, that's what we try to do because I realize, people don't know you can do this stuff. Like we all know that Congress is cheating. We all know that CEOs and CFOs have inside information. You got a huge leg up on us, but people don't realize you can follow their trades. Congress has to report them publicly thanks to the Stock Act. Corporate insiders have to report them within 2 days. Thanks to the 10b5-1 rule with the SEC. And this is all free info. I mean, it's all free. I'll show everybody where to access it. There's one page for Senate, one page for the House, and one page has got every single corporate insider on it. Whether that's Elon Musk buying Tesla or whether it's the general counsel of Jim Bob's Bait and Tackle, whatever it is, you can see them all. And so if you just look for these outliers, who we show people how to do, look for situations where no one of this company has bought the stock in 7 years and 6 of them bought last week. Right? Or this guy makes $200,000 a year and he put $900,000 in his stock in 2 days. Right? So you just look for these real outliers where it's usually like heads I win, tails I don't lose. Right? Either they are taking advantage of something, they know something we don't, the stock's about to soar, or at the very least, they think it's a great time to buy the company and you follow along, getting a decent price. So, people get intimidated by the stock market, with all the jargon and the nonsense. And look, I've been there. I was a VP at JP Morgan Chase. I could use all the fancy words, but it just doesn't, you don't need, it's really pretty simple. If that company sells more stuff and makes more money, it's worth more and stock's going to go up. And the opposite's also true. So when you get these news, a big earnings beat or a big merger, a big buyout, a new drug trial result, a new AI model in the market, whatever it is, the stock makes huge moves almost instantly.
Yeah.
And if you know that information early, you can buy early and take advantage. The people that do, tell us what they're buying.
And I noticed that a lot of people, average Americans, don't know that you can make money on the stock market going down also.
Oh, yeah. They have no idea.
You can't. It's a lot hard. I mean, I wouldn't say it's hard. I mean, you can sell stock short. You can bet on going against it. To be honest, we don't do a lot of that. Mainly because your gains are capped. Like a stock has to go to zero, has to go bankrupt for you to double your money, right? Meanwhile, if you buy the right company at the right time, you can double, triple, quadruple. I mean, we've had 1,000+% gains.
Whoa.
Buying these companies.
Hold on. So what's the biggest gain y'all have had on a single stock?
I think the biggest single stock gain was 1,923%. It's like a 20-fold return. Now, again, it wasn't overnight. I'm not, but it was in 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So you buy stock at $3 or $4, it goes to 60 or 70. You take some profits along the way. You can do really well. And most of these are like companies you've never heard of. Like we're not buying Microsoft and Amazon and NVIDIA usually. Usually it's these off the radar companies. So like one of them we bought was a dental implant company, and the stock tanks overnight, and then 5 people at the company are buying hundreds of thousands of dollars at a time, just buy for 3 days straight. So we followed along and it goes up 70% over the next 6 weeks. And so you do that even 2 or 3, 4 times a year. You're talking about really moving the needle. I mean, you turn 1,000 to 2,000 or 10,000 to 20,000 a couple of times. Like, it makes a difference. And you guys know as well as I do how corrupt this government is and how backwards everything is. Like, they've spent more money than they've taken in for the last 20 years straight. The deficit is widening. The debt, the interest payments, just the interest on our debt is more than we spend on the military budget. It's going to get wider. And the only way to fill that gap, when you bring in $5 trillion and you spend $7 trillion, you're a freaking retard. You have to print the other 2 to fill the gap. And when you print money, that causes inflation. Inflation is simply more dollars in the system chasing the same amount of goods and services. So you had 10 widgets and $10 went for $1 a piece. You got 10 widgets and $20. Well, they're going to sell for 2. So it's how it works. So things are going to continue to go up. I think the inflation is going to get worse. And so do something to grow your money.
Yeah.
Invest $100 a week. Buy stocks. Buy something. Invest in something, but find some way to grow your money at more than 4 or 5%. Otherwise, you're just breaking even with inflation.
Man, this government pisses me off so bad. It's real. Maybe we didn't know how deep the Richmond, north of Richmond was.
Oh, that was
when
deep.
we listened to it.
That was deep. And that was our biggest reaction for a reason.
Yeah, maybe we didn't
'Cause it
know,
was true.
man. Because, man, I mean, well, if you can't beat them, you got to join them, though.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, so this free webinar, you're going to teach people how to follow these stocks and these trades from these CEOs and these government officials.
That's it. Yeah, and it's this. Is it Wednesday or I forget? It's either Wednesday or Thursday. This coming up at 3:00 Eastern. If you click the link, just put your name and email. We'll send you all the stuff. We're even sending out our most recent trade pick. So whether you can come or not, just register. You're going to get an automated email. You'll have all the research, our most recent pick. You can see what's available to you. But yeah, I'll show you how to track insiders, how to track politicians, and just the basic things to look for. And this stuff is really common sense. Like, you don't need to have any experience. It's not a game where you need to know about preferred stock and options and dividends and all that crap. It's just common sense. When you have people with an informational edge suddenly, all at once, out of nowhere, piling big money into this off-the-radar stock for seemingly no reason, there usually is a reason, right? And whether that's a politician getting in front of a government contractor or an insider getting in front of an earnings beat, it's just beneficial to you to follow along. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good, man. Yeah, we'll be there, guys. We do this stuff. And I mean, man, the knowledge is just endless, guys. I mean, we do this every day, basically, guys, now. I mean, it's just been the knowledge that we've been receiving from Ross and this stuff, guys, is just, you guys have to get in on it, guys. So
yeah,
we'll be there.
Hang out with us, at the very least.
Absolutely. Well, I look forward to seeing you guys. And like I said, click the link, put your email in. We'll send you the pick. Hopefully you make some money on this one, maybe even before the live event. And we'll talk about that, and I'll show you some more. But it's extremely eye-opening, and I can pretty much guarantee you won't look at stocks the same way again.
Wow.
For sure.
Sounds good.
Well, cool, man. Ross Givens, thank you so much.
Appreciate you, man.
Good talking to you guys.